In the decades following the Second World War, West Germany seized upon a specific promise to rebuild its identity: individual freedom of movement. Today, that promise has manifested at a staggering scale. Germany now maintains over 49 million registered cars for a population of 84 million people. That volume dictates the landscape. The vehicles determine the sprawling, multi-lane layout of the Autobahn and enforce a rigid concrete geometry on dense city centers. We've reached a state where society structures almost every aspect of daily life around the machine. In this country, the car is the default state of human existence. Look at the spatial distribution of a standard public street. In places like Freiburg, bicycles handle 30% of all trips, but receive a microscopic 2% of the physical space. Cars swallow up over half the public square. This spatial imbalance carries a severe toll. When heavy blocks of metal move rapidly through human spaces, they collide with us. 8 people die every single day in German traffic, a fact the culture largely ignores. When a massive, localized disaster occurs, like a train derailment, the nation collectively mourns. Yet we accept the steady, daily drip of automotive fatalities as a standard cost of living. If an urban planner relies on this data to logically reclaim street space, they face intense vitriol. Citizens driving massive SUVs have sent literal death threats to officials trying to implement speed limits. Policymakers are losing because they bring spreadsheets to an emotional war. They try to regulate a deep psychological obsession using cold, rational data. The automotive industry operates on an open secret. The decision to purchase a vehicle is 90% emotional, bypassing our logical faculties almost entirely. This is the feel-good pyramid. The car must satisfy subconscious sensory baselines. The thick base layer locks in our sense of smell. Inside Audi's chambers, researchers test materials actively off-gassing, synthesizing an intoxicating scent that overrides the analytical brain. This psychological engineering extends to the visual design. Over the last few decades, manufacturers have replaced the friendly, round headlights of the 1970s with slanted, aggressive geometric shapes. These sharp angles mimic the face of a predator. The design triggers a 400,000-year-old evolutionary instinct in the human brain, forcing pedestrians and other drivers to subconsciously yield space. A modern car operates as a meticulously engineered psychological weapon designed to project dominance and secure the driver's social status. Now, as the industry shifts to silent electric vehicles, automakers face a new challenge. They are losing the visceral roar of the combustion engine, risking the emotional thrill that keeps buyers hooked. To solve this, BMW hired composers. They mapped the feeling of acceleration to classical music theory, designing a chord progression that moves from intense dissonance to smooth consonance as the electric vehicle speeds up. The psychological objective is to elevate the driver. Instead of feeling like a tired commuter stuck in traffic, the sound design makes the driver feel like an elite performer conducting a live orchestra. By turning the act of driving into a highly complex performative art installation, automakers ensure the vehicle remains emotionally indispensable. At the Autostadt, automakers stage the delivery of a new car as a family milestone, using escalators and unveiling ceremonies to forge an emotional bond with the machine. The rise of the SUV tracks with a growing sense of social insecurity. Driving a G-Class allows a family to retreat into an elevated, armored position above the perceived chaos of the outside world. People choose these 2-ton metal boxes to feel completely isolated and protected from the unpredictability of the public space. This system has created a culture where we dance around the vehicle like a golden calf, refusing to question the machine even as it aggressively consumes the space we need for ourselves. This emotional obsession is shielded by a massive economic reality. In Germany alone, the automotive industry directly employs 760,000 people. This supply chain supports nearly every small town, from the local bakers to the doctors, baking the car into the nation's DNA and ensuring political stability. Attempting to dismantle this system by simply citing CO2 targets fails to grasp its weight. It is like looking at a Picasso painting and complaining about the supply chain of the oil paint. It misses the profound cultural load the system carries. A transportation revolution stalls the moment it feels like a logistical punishment to those who have built their lives around the machine. To reclaim the streets, activists must offer a new narrative that appeals to human desire rather than relying on climate guilt. If we want people to willingly leave their machines behind, we must engineer our public spaces to be just as beautiful, empathetic, and emotionally desirable as the cars we are asking them to leave.